WWE superstar Giulia, one of the top rising stars in the women's division, had an intense singles match on this week's episode of NXT. Following the action-packed night, Giulia received an unexpected message from her opponent, former multi-time women's world champion Jordynne Grace, expressing a desire to step into the ring together again in the future. On the May 6, 2025, episode of NXT, Giulia faced off against Jordynne Grace in a high-stakes contest. The match was crucial for both women, who have their eyes set on the NXT Women's Championship. Giulia, known as the Dangerous Queen, had been gunning for the title she lost to Stephanie Vaquer at the Roadblock Premium Live event, PLE, earlier in March. For Grace, this was her chance to earn another opportunity at the title she has long coveted. Both Giulia and Grace had the chance to capture the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver earlier this year, but the opportunity slipped through their fingers. With that defeat still fresh in their minds, the two competitors clashed in a one-on-one match to determine who would challenge the Dark Angel for the coveted championship. The match was a brutal showcase of strength, technique, and resilience, as both women fought fiercely for a shot at the title. At one point, Giulia found herself on the receiving end of a dangerous bump after Grace hit her with a tilt-a-whirl slam. The impact caused Giulia to land awkwardly on her head and neck, leaving many in the WWE Universe concerned about her condition. Despite the painful fall, Giulia demonstrated her indomitable spirit, continuing to fight and showing no signs of backing down. However, despite her best efforts, Giulia ultimately succumbed to Jordynne Grace, who secured the victory to claim the #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship. The match was an intense back and forth, but in the end, Grace's experience and power were enough to outlast the valiant Giulia. Following the match, the tension was far from over. Stephanie Vaquer, the reigning NXT Women's Champion, made her way to the ring after the contest. The two competitors locked eyes in a face-off that sent shockwaves through the audience. The stare-down between Vaquer and Grace seemed to confirm that they would clash at the upcoming Battleground PLE in Tampa, where the title would be on the line. As Giulia took the loss in stride, it became clear that this was just the beginning of her journey in WWE. The former Stardom standout is set to make her in-ring debut on WWE Raw next week. Her highly anticipated match on the main roster has fans buzzing with excitement, as they eagerly await her arrival in WWE's flagship show. In the meantime, Giulia has already made an impact on the main roster in a different way. Alongside Roxanne Perez, she has been involved in several attacks on top stars like Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. These attacks have raised the stakes for next week's Raw, where Giulia and Perez will team up for a tag team match against Ripley and Sky. The match is expected to be another chapter in the intense rivalries that have been brewing between these four women. As for Giulia, her career trajectory in WWE is quickly gaining momentum. Her talent, determination, and relentless pursuit of championship gold make her a force to be reckoned with. With the prospect of future matches with stars like Jordynne Grace, and her impending debut on Raw, the WWE Universe is watching closely, eager to see what's next for one of the most exciting talents in women's wrestling today.